Swadika, thank you for joining us on Newsline. We're broadcasting live on NBT Radio Thailand FM 88 and also on NBT World. It's Tuesday, May 31st, and you're with me, Sandra Hanutsaha. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. In our first story, the Prime Minister has denied speculations that the National Council for Peace and Order, or NCPO, was pressured to cancel its order forbidding some politicians from traveling outside Thailand. Commenting on the NCPO's plan to relax its restrictions on certain politicians by allowing them to leave the country without seeking government consent, Prime Minister and NCPO Chief General Prayut Chan-o-cha said it will not apply to individuals facing legal charges. He pointed out that the travel ban has been imposed since the military takeover on May 22nd of 2014. Its revocation has been requested by a number of affected people who claim they need to visit relatives overseas. The lifting of the ban is expected to be officially announced on June 1st. General Prayut confirmed that the NCPO has not been pressured by any person or country into making such a decision, adding that it is also irrelevant to the upcoming public referendum on the draft constitution. As for political gatherings, the Premier said such activities are still prohibited. He explained that the situation in the country will have to be assessed first so as to prevent the current national roadmap from being derailed. The Prime Minister has chaired the latest meeting of the National Energy Policy Commission, which discussed the management of natural gas resources in the Gulf of Thailand. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha chaired the National Energy Policy Commission's second meeting for 2016 at Government House. The main agenda for the meeting was natural gas resources in the Gulf of Thailand, with contracts for 2022 and also the year 2023. The meeting decided on two ways to further manage the resources. The first was to negotiate an extension with current contract holder Chevron Thailand and PTT Petroleum, while the second was to open a new auction. Both options come with the caveat that the government would have to increase its revenue from the contracts. The matter must be clarified within the year 2017. The meeting also touched on the establishment of a second LNG stockpiling facility to store 5 to 7.5 million tons of natural gas each year. The cost effectiveness of the project is being studied further. The Deputy Prime Minister for Public Security has stated that it is not yet necessary to dig a Klong Thai or Thai Canal in the southern region to connect the Gulf of Thailand and the Andaman Sea, given that there are more pressing matters that take priority. Deputy Prime Minister and Defense Minister General Prawit Wongsuwon was responding to an idea by the National Reform Steering Assembly, or NRSA, to dig a so-called Klong Thai or Thai Canal in the southern region and to create an artificial island in the provinces of Songkhla and Krabi. He explained that the government is not considering such actions as the nation has more pressing matters to address. He noted that the project also has equal amounts of supporters and opposition, making it controversial and difficult to execute. The NRSA canceled its meeting to allow members to engage in a ceremony in honor of King Rama VII. Its meeting tomorrow will focus on increasing the efficacy of its missions. The government will be conducting an analysis of the impact of future laws before they pass into effect, according to a deputy prime minister. Deputy Prime Minister Wissanuk Rangam said that the enactment of laws in the past has not been included in a comprehensive analysis of its impact. Therefore, the new draft constitution has included an article that requires an impact analysis of future laws based on contemporary circumstances and expected success in solving related issues. He added that the government is planning to deliver a policy for the Council of State, the Bureau of the Budget, and related agencies to apply in their operations, particularly when it comes to the analysis of their manpower, budget, effect on existing laws, as well as economic, social, and political impacts. The Election Commission, or EC, said it is ready both in terms of human resources and budget to hold the public referendum on the draft charter. EC Deputy Secretary General Bunyakiat Rakchadaran said the Commission has so far had no problems funding the manpower or obtaining the financial support to organize the referendum. The EC on June 15th will also appoint an election committee in 63 provinces that have no provincial EC office. The panels will be responsible for organizing the vote in their respective jurisdictions on August 7th. Meanwhile, Constitution Drafting Commission, or CDC spokesperson Udom Rat Amarit, said more provinces have organized lectures with speakers who have volunteered to inform locals in their communities about the draft charter. CDC representatives will visit each province to survey how much people know and understand the content in the draft charter, as well as public opinion on the Constitution. Minister attached to the Prime Minister's office, Mamrong Panatdisakul, has encouraged startup entrepreneurs to incorporate Thailand's national identity into their business model. Mamrong Panatda presided over the opening ceremony of a startup business development project over the weekend. It is a joint effort between Ratchamangkhon University of Technology, Pranakon, and the Office of Small and Medium Enterprises Promotion. The minister said that while technology is an essential part of the business, he wants startup entrepreneurs to structure their business model in a way that it promotes regional economic growth and reflects the national identity. According to Mamrong Panatda, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha ordered the establishment of a one-stop service for startup businesses, where advice on business regulations will be provided to new entrepreneurs. They have also been encouraged to report to the Prime Minister's office if they are being coerced to bribe any civil servant to expedite the business application process. The National Economic and Social Development Board, or NESDB, has acknowledged the Thai economy will continue to be volatile during this period, but was confident that Thailand can become a high-income nation by the end of its 13th development plan in the year 2026. At a seminar on leadership excellence organized by the Thailand Productivity Institute, NESDB Deputy Secretary General Thanin Paem spoke of the challenges facing the nation's development in the near future. He conceded that the nation's economy will likely contract and experience volatility in the short term, but noted that in the 12th National Economic Development Plan for 2017 to the year 2021 only aims for 3.2% economic growth. That plan factored in delays in increasing value to Thailand's farm goods as well as its supply chain. Mr. Thanin nonetheless reminded that the 13th plan to end in the year 2026 is more optimistic and sees the kingdom becoming a high-income nation. He called for all sides to support the plan by competing on a knowledge basis, adding value to their goods, and expanding international markets. The Department of Children and Youth has convened with foreign families looking to adopt Thai children in order to ensure their readiness and compliance with the law. Ms. Napa Setakan, Director General of the Department of Children and Youth, stated that in a bid to prepare foster parents for adopting children from Thailand, the department has met with them to discuss legal procedures and other important details. As a way of preventing child abduction or trafficking, the qualifications of each candidate have to be thoroughly investigated and verified by officials. There is also a 6-month trial period prior to the official adoption, accompanied by follow-up assessments to ensure the child receives proper care from his or her new family. According to Ms. Napa, an average of 4,000 Thai children are adopted by foreigners on a yearly basis. Most adoptive parents are from the United States, France, Germany, Sweden, and Switzerland. The Chonburi provincial government had developed an agricultural project to supplement the income of local farmers following the 2016 drought, and our correspondent Kun Sutichad Denpritham has more.
Global warming, a phenomenon which has resulted from excessive release of carbon gas as a byproduct of modern consumerism, is becoming increasingly serious as the world continues to develop. For this reason, curbing carbon emission is now the goal of both public and private organizations, as the government around the world lead the way in combating this threat that accompany modern development. One of the most efficient and readily available methods of reducing carbon emission in Thailand is community waste management. This initiative is at the center of the Eco Community Challenge, a project supported by the Department of Environmental Control Promotion, WWF, and the Hilton Hotel Group.
We are also really interested on how we can better improve our own operations as well as the effectiveness of our local communities to better manage their waste as well. So it was a great project that I think we wanted to dedicate more than a year to make sure that our teams were really connecting with local communities.
As WWF, if we are to support these communities all by ourselves, we will definitely not be able to sustain the project in a long term. That's why the cooperation with the government as well as private organization is very vital to this project.
Each of the projects is directly supported by the Hilton Hotel and WWF in the region to ensure close monitoring of local development and further sustainability of the project by the community itself. A highlight of this project is the waste management effort in the Nern Thang Rot Phai community, which comes under the jurisdiction of the Hilton Hotel Pattaya.
Our community used to be in the red zone and is full of waste materials. We want to bring ourselves out of this state. So we start with small recycle operation, in which later expand with the support of the local government and later the Hilton Hotel.
Activities at Nern Thang Rot Phai include re-fermentation of the agricultural waste material and see fish parts and other waste transformed into a highly effective microorganism in a remarkably short time. This organic solution can be used to fertilize the community plantation or serve as a binding agent in making pellet fertilizer, much of which can be sold, which further enhance the sustainability of the community. The Nern Thang Rot Phai Community Project and the Hilton Pattaya ranked first in the Eco Community Challenge program. Thailand has been caught between the race towards modernity and the desire to support the environment, which is vital to the still significant agricultural sector. This joint effort by both the public and private organizations has provided means to maintain progress and protect the environment at the same time. Sutichad Denpritham reporting for NBT World.
Thank you to Kun Sutichat for that report. And the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, or BMA, has begun a reorganizing of the urban landscape along Bin Klau and Boromarashashonani Road, with street vendors cooperating with the new policies. Chief Advisor to the Governor of Bangkok, Wanlop Suwandi, along with relevant authorities, deployed officials to enforce public space regulations in the area opposite Pata Bin Klau shopping mall, as new ordinances banning street vendors came into effect on May 30th. Officials notified 124 street vendors in advance. They agreed to relocate to locations designated by the BMA, which include inside Pata Bin Klau shopping mall, the nearby bus terminal, and SC Plaza. Officials cleaned and repainted the sidewalks, planted trees, and established a service center to assist locals between the hours of 6 a.m. and 11 p.m. And that is the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. Up next in our ASEAN News segment, Thailand and Myanmar discuss flood prevention measures at a meeting of the Township Border Committee. But first, we'll have a look at the exchange rates and also the commodity prices.
Hey there, Michael here in wonderful Thailand to ask, given all the latest news, what do you think you know about Thailand? Looks like it's still business as usual, chilling out. Maybe grab some of the local food and check out the Thai scene. Perhaps partying a little bit with friends.
Pad Thai, created from Thai wisdom, used to be served on banana leaf, and the banana tree is used for practicing Muay Thai. Muay Thai was trained in the temples, which can be found on the mountains, in the caves, or on the water, everywhere, just like Pad Thai. There are thousands of other stories to discover. Discover your amazing stories in amazing Thailand.
Welcome back to Newsline. Our ASEAN News. Thailand and Myanmar are discussing solutions to flooding in Takilek during the joint meeting of the Pata Bin Klau TBC. The meeting took place in Chiang Rai province as General Prapat Phopsuwan led the delegation of the heads of Thai government agencies in the border area to meet with Myanmar officials led by Lieutenant General Ong Mien Oo. It was the 86th meeting of its kind, where both parties discussed repairs of the first Thai-Myanmar Friendship Bridge, as well as expanding nearby irrigation canals to prevent flooding during the upcoming rainy season. According to a timeline proposal submitted by Thailand's Department of Highways, in the previous 85th meeting, both parties agreed to begin repairing the bridge in February 2016. However, the project was delayed due to Myanmar's transition to a civilian government. Thai authorities at the current meeting implored Myanmar officials to revisit the project in order for repairs to be completed in time for the rainy season. Myanmar officials agreed to table the matter at the upcoming Regional Border Committee in Myanmar's Kantung in June. Thai officials also proposed the dredging of canals from Ban Sai Lomjoy to Ban Sop Sai, to which the Myanmar delegation requested that a budget proposal be approved by Thailand's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, while adding that dredging activities include canals in Ban Wieng Hom. A fashion show, Thread of Heritage Bangladesh Thailand Silk Exposition, showcasing a blend of traditional silk and modern apparel, has been held at the Queen Sirikit National Convention Center on Monday. The event, which was part of the Bangladesh Trade and Investment Expo 2016, aimed at creating cultural and heritage connectivity between silk weaver and artisans of the two nations. The show was dedicated to Her Majesty Queen Sirikit as a tribute to her contribution to promoting silk in Thailand and to all the cotton and silk weavers from both countries who have kept their heritage alive. Ambassador to Bangladesh to Thailand, Saida Muna Tasnim, explained why silk was chosen to be featured at the Trade and Investment Expo.
I've always been fascinated with Thai silk. And as a tourist to this country, I would always go to the Jim Thompson shop and buy something for myself. And I'm sure all of you have done that. But when I came here as an ambassador, I thought I had a right to enjoy all that silk. But I also thought, when I was thinking of silk back in my country and the heritage that we have in silk, not now, but for 2,000 years, when we were producing muslin, fine cotton cloth, which transformed during the Hindu dynasties into silk cotton cloth, and then it was exported to Europe and used to adorn royal courts of Marie Antoinette, and we've read it in storybooks about muslin. So I really I thought that, I should showcase Bangladesh's, if we're doing an expo, we must showcase Bangladesh's silk and muslin.
The show has been curated by 4 celebrity designers from Bangladesh, Thailand, and Japan. Bangladesh designers have reportedly used silk from the Queen Sirikit Jitlada silk shop. Similarly, the Thai designer also paid tribute by using Bangladesh's famed Rajshahi silk. Thailand's Tourism and Sports Minister Gopkan Watanawarangkoon attended the Heritage Fashion Show as a patron and guest of honor. During her keynote speech, the minister urged all Thais to contribute to the preservation of the Thai heritage.
I think it will be our duty after this. The inspiration that we have seen from every piece of textile, every design of great designer, for all of us to carry on our duty as Her Majesty the Queen of Thailand has done. Bring the dignity back to the people. Continue to do so by investment, by tourism, by whatever means that we can do.
On to world news now. President Barack Obama laid a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknowns on Monday to honor fallen military members who have lost their lives in service to their country. Obama presided over the Memorial Day ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery for the last time as Commander-in-Chief, as a new president will be elected this November. This Memorial Day marks the first in 14 years the U.S. is not involved in a major ground war. U.S. forces are currently involved in air campaigns against Islamic State militants in Iraq and Syria, as well as training missions in Iraq and Afghanistan. And that's all the time we have for this edition of Newsline. If you have any comments or suggestions, do feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. Also follow us on Facebook by simply typing in NNT, and have a look at our website at thainews.prd.go.th/en. We're going to say goodbye today with footage of a female Thai golfer, Ariya Duttanukan, winning her third consecutive LPGA championship in Ann Arbor of the USA. She became the first Thai woman to win 3 titles in a row. For Newsline, I'm Sandra Hanusaha. Have a great day and stay safe on the roads. Sawadee ka.